Taser, taser, taser. It's still intact. And this one here is where the wire spool actually came loose.
Hey guys, so that was pretty intense. We don't usually get to see that in the field. We usually come up after the fact, but what you just saw there was the new Tazer device that's being used by the Fort Worth Police Department. It's called the Tazer 7. The Tazer 7 has been redesigned in a few ways. Most pertinent to us is the way that the probes or the electrodes have been retooled. So previous versions of the Tazer device that law enforcement's used in this area have been the kind of the shape of a dart. So they had a kind of a long body that you could grab onto to remove them, and that's the technique we generally use to remove them. The new device is designed with the intent to kind of be a little more difficult to remove by accident. Obviously, they want to de-escalate the situation. If the probe gets removed, then they can't deliver the shock, and they've still got a volatile situation on their hands. So the new device uses something that looks a little bit more like a thumbtack or maybe a really short nail. And so when it's inserted into the skin, all that's on the surface of the skin is this low profile, flat kind of nail head type flange, if you will, that has a wire connected to it, and that's all that you can get access to. The only way you could get that out otherwise would be to maybe use your fingernails or something to try to pry it out, and that's not ideal because we have a hole in the skin. So Tazer has done something to deal with that, and that is they've come up with a tool. The tool is what the Tazer cartridges come in, and it just has a side on it that's designed to pull or get a hook on the end of the nail head, if you will, of the device, and that allows you to get some grip on it to pull it out. Again, we don't have the end of the dart to pull out, so you have to have a way to get a good grip on it. But just because this looks like the claw of a hammer, the similarities to the way you would remove a nail, say from a board, are ending right there. The new device has a few particular techniques that you have to employ to make sure that you don't end up with a flying sharp on your scene. Obviously, that's not good. So I've got a little help from Fort Worth Police Department's Tazer coordinator, Joseph Browse, and he's going to walk you through the best way to get the probes out and not, again, have them go flying and poking somebody in the eye or something like that. So listen to what he has to say.
What you're going to do is you want to get the probe removal tool, and you're going to want to hold it with this end up like this. You're going to slide the base of the probe here where it's between the probe and the clothing or the skin, and you slide it in here. Kind of like this, where it's going to fit in there. When you slide it in, you want your hand 6 to 8 inches away. You want to hold the clothing and the skin down tight. Slide it in. Once it's in, take your thumb that you're holding in. You want to press this barrel towards this bottom of this tool. Push it this way. Once you hear him press, it's going to be a quick jerk and a pull up, out like this. Again, same thing here. This probe here, wire spool's already come out, so you're going to bring it in here, thumb, push positive pressure in, 6 to 8 inches, hold it down, clothing tight, swift pull, out. Once it's out, you want to look at the barb. You want to make sure the tip of the barb here and then both tips of this barb are still intact and they're not in the subject.
Double check your probes each time you remove them. Make sure they look to be intact. If there's a foreign body, obviously you want to recommend transport to the hospital. That's an infection hazard.
Once that's all good, this is now a biohazard. You're going to take this. Don't try to mess with it here. The best way I've found is just to take it here, just take it out on the ground. Again, make sure the barbs are all still intact. Take it out, shake it on the ground.
Generally, you're not going to be asked to retain the Tazer probes for evidence purposes. Or if it is a consideration, you should be prompted by an officer. remember, guys, your safety is first and foremost in all these calls. Make sure, again, that you do double check your probes, but also that you're disposing of them properly. Don't lose track of them. Sometimes they do break off. You want to be careful not to get pricked. Always use a sharps container for these, or as Officer Bryle shows there, for kind of temporary storage to keep yourself safe. If you don't have a sharps container handy, you can go ahead and stick the probes back into the cartridge if the officer will make that available to you.
Did you get a video of it?
I'm just doing stills of this stuff. I guess so.